Welcome to the AutoSuccess Executive Spotlight. I'm your host, Brian Ankney. Today, my guest is Lori Berkson from Reputation. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you for having me, Brian. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Where'd you come from?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Nice.
A little rainy, but it was okay.
Oh, you came to Akron. Yeah. Little rainy. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it worked out.
Cool.
Thank you again.
Yeah, glad you're here. Let's talk a little bit about you to get started.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your career path that brought you to where you are today?
So, I'm aging myself, but 31 years in automotive in Chicago. I started out selling aftermarket to many dealers for almost 10 years. And then I went to sell custom websites for Dominion at the time, CRM, and then I moved to data mining. And after that, selling multiple different products that I felt was giving the dealers what they needed, I met my mentor, which was Sean Stapleton. I think you know him, right?
He was just visiting here yesterday.
Right. Yeah, I met him in 2007. And he really helped me with the ins and outs of the car business, helped me to learn to sell to the dealers, but also selling, I was selling great products at the time, right? And products that the dealers all needed. So really enjoyed that. I totally believe in building those relationships, and I think that today I still have those relationships with car dealers today. My phone still rings from guys that I did business with in 2000,
Wow.
So yeah, it's been great. And then in 2019, I came here to Reputation. Love this company, love the people, and I really learned a lot so far in these past 4 years. I am Senior Director of dealer programs, and large dealer groups today. We partner with some of the largest OEMs today, GM, Nissan, Acura, Honda, Mitsubishi are some of them. And we are the only software today that manages consumer feedback from acquisition to loyalty.
Oh, wow.
So it's definitely a phenomenal company, and love the platform. So are the dealers, so yes.
So every year you guys produce your reputation report.
Yes.
It's kind of a big deal.
Very big deal.
Can you tell me a little bit about, what is that reputation report?
Yes.
And how do you collect all that data?
So the Reputation Report is an annual report which recognizes leaders in the auto industry, those that are listening to and taking action on customer feedback. So think about that. All that customer feedback comes into there, and we're able to grab all that data, as we say, data in the wild, and bring it into this report. We rank OEMs and dealer groups today with our reputation score, our proprietary metric that gauges overall brand health and business performance at that brand level and at that location level. Make sense?
Yeah.
And this is huge. We analyze 5.5 million customer reviews.
Wow.
From our AI-powered platform, and survey shoppers from their buying habits.
Wow, I saw a preview of the report. It's a massive survey of shoppers. It's not like a focus group. That's a lot of data you guys have.
Huge. It's a ton of data that's coming in, and we're able to manage it from there. Yes.
I want to ask you, I definitely want to talk about the OEMs and the dealers and the dealer groups, but before we talk about that, I kind of want to stick to that reputation score.
Yes.
What does the reputation score consist of? Like, how do you get to that number?
So it's 9 different buckets.
Yeah.
Star average, review volume, review spread, review recency, search impression, review response, listing accuracy, social engagement, and review length. And we take all those 9 different buckets and we bring them into our reputation score, and that's how we gauge for the car dealerships today.
Wow, so you're really taking like a deep dive look at what a consumer might see of that dealership online when they're looking, like what other people are saying, how much they're saying, what they're saying. All across the board. It's kind of a total synopsis of what that dealership looks like online to potential customers.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. I will get into it, but dealers today, they run their business from that. They look at those metrics, and I'll explain more. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Also, what our dealerships, some stats and some reports that we found out that review volume is up 11% year over year.
Oh, wow.
11%, right? And 84% of the consumers deem dealership reviews as crucial. Crucial. Like they're not going, you and I discussed before, right? When you're looking for a car, what are you doing? You're reading reviews, right? You're looking for that. 74% of consumers insist on a 4-star rating, or they might not walk into that dealership today.
Wow.
Right? 4 stars, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, my wife won't eat at a restaurant unless it's 4.5 or better.
There you go.
And that's a restaurant, let alone, that's not buying a $48,000 vehicle.
Right.
Because I think that's the average cost now, right?
Right.
But, I mean, like, that's insane. Like, it's important.
Yes. So we have many large auto dealer groups today that talk rep score in their monthly executive meetings. That's how important this rep score is. That it's talked about in monthly executive meetings. They build around this rep score, and the dealer groups focus on this rep score as a key driver of business performance today.
Wow.
So it's a lot of information, but this is what they use for some of their meetings today. So I think that's so crazy today, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. So if a dealerships appreciate how important their scores are and what their reviews look like. If a dealer wants to get better, if they say, boy, we obviously we have a problem here and I want to improve, what are some tips you can offer on how a dealership can get back in the game?
Ask customer for reviews. Period. I mean, that's like the main thing, right? I know when I bought a car, that was the first thing, well, obviously not the first thing, but one of the things that they had asked me while I was sitting there, they knew I was buying the car, they knew I was happy, right? They said, can you leave a review? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm waiting. So yeah, I left a review. Not everybody goes home and leaves those. The more reviews they have out there, the better it's going to be, right? The more reviews, the more that the volume is going to go, their review volume is going to go up. So we have a lot of dealers that do that. But the first step, I recommend is make sure that that they're asking everybody in the sales department, in the service department, in the parts department, ask for those reviews.
Yeah.
Ask them while they're there. While, as I say, is while they're in the ether, right? Ask for them so that they don't go home and they're going to forget to do it, right? So yeah, very important. That's the one of the main steps. Another stat that we have, again, not strictly to automotive, but part of it is Northwestern showed that 95% of people consult reviews before buying anything today. 95% of people consult for reviews before they were going to buy something. Like you and I talked, right? Same thing. You're going to look. You're going to go on Amazon. But buying a car today is one of the largest purchases you could do, right? It's like buying a house, buying a car. You're going to go look for those reviews.
Well, I mean, we all look at reviews when we're buying things that are very simple, like like shaker bottles or underwear or whatever we buy on Amazon, right?
Exactly.
I recently took a fishing trip with a buddy, and he's like, "Oh, we need to stay at this hotel." I looked at the reviews, and I was like, "I'm not staying in that hotel.
I'm not staying at that hotel."
Yeah, we're going out on a charter the next day. You want me to stay in a place that's like 1.5 and all these terrible reviews? So we stayed somewhere different. So
no different from a car dealership, right? Yeah. You want to find the one that's right that you're going to go to, and you want to find the good reviews. So yes.
Perfect. Well, I want to dive a little bit deeper into
that.
Can you share some examples like that you've seen in your business of where dealers, by reading the reviews, by engaging the reviews, by really paying attention to the reviews, some examples of how they changed their business and became more successful?
Yes, we will go there. First thing I wanted to talk about insights, right? We are looking at that platform, and we can help you take and make efficient operational changes, improvements, just from our platform, so we can see if that customer is saying something negative about a parking lot. So about a year ago, we had a dealership tell me this story when I was sitting at NADA and saying that they had some negative reviews, and it was on parking. Well, within our platform and seeing from insights that they had a parking problem. We could help them fix that, right? They see that that's going on. And so that was one of the pieces that I love that story because he went back and he fixed it. And now he doesn't have a parking problem. But he didn't know that. And then people were saying that about his dealership today. So it's pretty interesting.
That is. I mean, it's so simple, but you wouldn't even think about it. Like, you wouldn't think that somebody was going to be angry or upset with your business over something as simple as parking.
Right.
And it was probably so simple for him to fix. Like, he totally could fix it, by moving 20 cars from one side to the other.
Exactly. Right? And then we say there's always a fix, but fix it so that you have more happy customers in there that are going to walk into sales in the, as I say, in the front of the house. I'm an old car girl. into the back, into the service department, and again, ask for those reviews, right? So that they have more good reviews out there. So you were asking about some examples. Well, Ken Ganley, who is in your backyard here, correct?
Yeah.
One of the largest automobile retailers. I was out there 2 years ago, went in for a corporate meeting, and was listening to what they needed. And today they sit on our platform, and they actually recognize their dealers that maintain a 900 rep score. Not easy to get there. And if they're at that rep score for 5 consecutive days, they give some special recognition to those car dealers, to their dealers in their group, which is incredible. They began working with Reputation to monitor and to respond to reviews that they ran across the board to all their dealerships. But they quickly switched to a proactive approach so that we could help them manage some of that. And they went from rep score of 662 to today sitting at 816, and they are making the number 3 ranked dealer group in the private sector of our automotive report. So they went from 9 to 3 in these 2 years.
Wow.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Yes, very impressive. So great dealer group to work with. And we work with a lot of them, but some of the automotive customers that include their rep score, they also pay their people today on compensation and bonus plan. So we have some large dealer groups that do that today. That's how important
the reviews are.
How important reputation score is too. And then we have top ranking OEM they have reported on rep score in their quarterly earnings reports. So that's another big one. That's just on the OEM side, and then we have on the dealer group side. So again, that kind of rolls into that. And it just kind of shows, again, how important reputation is today. And so we're proud to be able to give this platform to everybody.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I did want to ask you about, the movers and shakers. I mean, Ken Ganley moving up from 6 to 3, or was it 9 to 3, right?
Well, 9 when we came into the picture with them. I think they were 4 last year, and this year they're coming in the 3rd spot.
Let's talk about some of the other movers and shakers.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean,
so in the luxury category,
Yeah.
Infiniti is taking the top spot. Wow. Yes, and behind them is Lexus and BMW and Acura and Porsche. So that's on the luxury. On the non-luxury, Mitsubishi's taking the number 1 spot this year. And following that is Subaru, Nissan, Honda, and Volkswagen.
Cool.
So we're really excited. That's just some of them. When we get to the dealer groups, and then there's private, and then there's public, right?
Let's talk about the dealer groups. Yeah. And do you want to start with private, or do you want to start with public?
I'll start with private. So number 1 spot this year is going to Hendrick Automotive Group. And followed by that is West Herr, Ken Ganley, Homan, and then the Napleton Automotive Group.
Cool.
Yes. And then AutoNation is going to take the top spot in our public dealer rankings, followed by Group 1, Sonic, Penske, and Asbury.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So very exciting news, and everybody looks forward to this automotive report coming out. What sets these dealer groups apart is they have reputation-first mindset. What does that mean? They're thinking reputation because it's so important for them to get repeat business and happy customers and leaving reviews, right, today? That's what that's about. They consistently leverage that, and then the most successful ones are, they're gaining in the ranks year after year from that. So that's huge.
What does that really look like, and what's that mean? The reputation first, like what changes in the interaction with the customer to really kind of express that?
Well, keeping them happy, I think. Well, once they walk in the door, right, and giving them good service, right, from beginning to end, from them, test driving a car today to them moving on to buying that car, and then again, as we say, from acquisition to loyalty, again, from them coming back around and servicing their car there and bringing them back around to buying another car, maybe for them or for a family member, right? And telling the story of how happy they were there at that dealership. You know, did they have a good experience there? Were they treated right? You know, it all means something, especially when you read some of these reviews, right?
Yeah.
When some people aren't so happy. But keeping them happy from, as I say, beginning to end.
Well, I mean, I guess if just paying attention to those reviews really closely, you might know you had a parking problem, right?
Exactly.
And then
there you go,
and then
Brian.
you fix
right.
it.
Yes, exactly.
You fix the problems they tell you about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sounds great.
exactly. No doubt about it. Yes.
Well, from the report, there are a lot of interesting takeaways that you guys kind of highlight. Can you talk a little bit about those? Share with us, some of the ones you think are really important for dealers to pay attention to.
Yeah. So again, what's critical in the buying process is, as I said before, even in the double-digit increase year after year, it's review volume. That shows that despite the record-breaking car prices and what we went through with COVID, customers are more engaged than ever, right? A review volume is up, meaning customers are more engaged now, right? So makes sense. Customer feedback drives business growth, period. We know we need their feedback. We know that people will read the reviews and they'll say, okay, I'm going to that dealership today. I'm going to that dealer group today. I'm going to buy a car from them. So it's about, keeping people happy and servicing them the right way so that they come back around. Most will not consider a dealership unless they have a 4-star rating. I'm going to repeat that again. We talked about that, right?
Yeah.
They're looking for that 4-star. How do you do that? You got to do all those steps to make that happen.
I mean, it sounds like you said it. I mean, it starts when the customer walks in the door,
right?
And it goes all the way through to the first service, to the last service, to the next purchase. And you just have to listen all the way through that process and let them tell you what you need to do to improve.
Exactly. From buying cars, I know from buying cars today, you want to be treated right. You want to be taken care of. You want to be able to come back there and service your car. Maybe they'll give you a loaner. Maybe there's little perks in some things and when you buy from different groups today. But yeah, again, it's all about asking for reviews. The more reviews they have, the better it is, right? The more positive reviews, of course. And as you and I also spoke about today, there are those negative reviews out there. But if you handle them the right way, and as we do from reputation, some dealer groups say, hey, listen, I want to handle the negative reviews. I want my GM, my GSM, my dealer principal to call in and make this right or fix this problem or issue. That's fine, So there's ways of doing that. And you want to keep them happy, so.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like if you're really a review-focused business and you really focus on getting a lot of reviews,
yes,
that the occasional bad review is not going to be as meaningful.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if you throw 100 passes and 50 of them hit the ground, that sounds terrible. But if you throw 1,000 passes and 50 of them hit the ground, you're in the Pro Bowl.
Exactly.
So.
Right. And nobody's perfect. We always say that, right?
Yeah.
So there's nobody, of course, you're going to have things that go wrong or things that happen. But if you address it, and these dealerships do today, when they address those, it's better. It's better for everybody all around.
Yep. Well, yes. And if by addressing it, maybe you get to keep that customer too. I mean, it could be something as simple as parking spots, right?
Right. Exactly. And you fixed it, and they say, you know what? They did right by me. I'm going to bring my daughter, my son, bring my parent back in to buy a car, whoever it might be, right? And that's repeat business.
Yep.
That's what we talk about. So, yes.
Well, I mean, you and I have spent a lot of our careers in sales, and there's definitely, I mean, a smart salesman knows there's an opportunity when things don't go perfectly correct, because you have the opportunity to either do what most salespeople do and hide, or you have the opportunity to fix it.
Right.
And so as a business, if of course, there's going to be situations that stink, and they're
also when you
unavoidable.
fix it publicly on Google, right?
Yeah.
And people are reading that, so they see that somebody's responded back and that they took care of them. That even makes it better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because a lot of times it'll strengthen the relationship with the person that was unhappy to begin with.
Totally.
Because they're like, boy, you know what? They made a mistake, but they made good by it.
But they made good by it.
And everybody, like you said, everybody else gets to see it too. And they're like, boy,
Exactly.
these people are human, but they care.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we want, right?
I know, right? Exactly. So yes, again, those were all the tips and tricks that we kind of say and what to do and how to guide the dealers, the dealer groups today. But our automotive report really kind of brings that all together at the end of the year. And the OEMs like to see where they're ranked. The dealer groups like to see where they're ranked, and so do the dealerships. So we can show that and help them grow, right? And help them increase their business. Never say I'm gonna, I'm like I said, I'm the old car girl. I'm not gonna tell you you're gonna go sell one more car.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I mean,
but you might.
Your report says it.
My report says it's going to.
It says up to 10%, right? Like
listen,
10%.
Stats show that it increases revenue. So there we go. Yes.
Thank you for coming. Is there anything else you'd like to share, Lori?
Yes.
Before we say goodbye?
I wanted to share that, let everybody go to reputation.com and download the automotive report today. And I look forward to seeing all the winners today at Digital Dealer, which will be in Las Vegas, October 17th to the 19th. And stop by my booth at 1707. I will be there. They can say hello, meet myself and my auto team. And so we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to seeing people. Maybe we can take some pictures. We're going to have trophies there, and we're excited to launch the automotive report. Nice. But one last thing.
Yeah.
Oh this is something huge. So I don't know if you know this, but this year we launched a national holiday.
Really?
And the national holiday is National Leave Your Review Day. It was a huge hit. Everybody was surrounding us with it. We were getting a ton of great feedback out there. And mark your calendars for June 8th, 2024. And we hope to see more dealers get involved. But it's National Leave Your Review Day, and it's our holiday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
That's super cool.
That is super cool.
Very exciting.
That's my second favorite national day. My favorite national day is Ice Cream Sundae Day.
I'm with you there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love ice cream.
Yeah.
I'll go anytime. When I see all these national holidays, yeah. But yes, we definitely got on the bandwagon. We're very excited. And June 8th, 2024 is National Leave Your Review Day. So we hope that everybody gets involved.
That's exciting. That is exciting. You're the first person I ever met that had their own holiday.
There you go.
It's like George Washington, Martin Luther King.
Lori Berkson.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Yeah, you're a really good company.
It's reputation. It's not just me.
Yeah.
But yes, it's the company.
It's both.
It's both.
It's both.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed having you, Lori.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
And thank you for taking the time to join us for this AutoSuccess Executive Spotlight. I'm your host, Brian Ankney. Today, my guest has been Lori Berkson from Reputation.com. We hope to see you again soon. This episode is Over the Curb and Burning Gas.